I always knew the night would come, the one where I'd have to confront him again. It starts the same way every time. The darkness wraps around me like a heavy blanket, muffling my breaths, and the familiar chill crawls up my spine. My dreams don't begin with monsters or haunting landscapes. They start with an unsettling silence that makes me hyper-aware of my own heartbeat. Last night, I found myself in a narrow corridor, its walls pulsating with shadows, each flickering like a dying flame. The air felt thick, almost suffocating. I walked forward, drawn by an inexplicable force. The walls closed in, and I could hear whispers, low, haunting, unintelligible murmurs that made my skin prickle. I called out, but my voice felt swallowed by the darkness. Then I saw him. The Hat Man. He stood at the end of the corridor, his silhouette outlined against an abyss that seemed to devour all light. He wore a wide-brimmed hat that obscured his face, leaving only the glimmer of two pinprick eyes that glowed like embers. They bore into me, stripping away my defenses. I froze, paralyzed by the weight of his gaze. The whispers grew louder, echoing my fear, each word a dagger digging deeper into my mind. "Why are you here?" I managed to stammer, though I already knew the answer. He was always there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the moment I let my guard down. He thrived on my terror, feeding off it like a parasite. With each step I took toward him, my heart raced faster, and the whispers crescendoed, filling the void with a cacophony of dread. I wanted to turn back, to run, but the Hat Man's presence was a magnet, drawing me closer. Suddenly the floor beneath me vanished, and I fell into a dark pit, my screams lost in the void. I jolted awake, drenched in sweat, gasping for air. My room was familiar, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight filtering through the curtains. I told myself it was over, that I was safe, but the remnants of the dream clung to me like a shroud. But then a chill washed over me, and the air felt electric. I looked towards the corner of my room. There he stood, the Hat Man. His outline was darker than the shadows surrounding him, an anomaly in the dim light. My blood ran cold, and I couldn't move, couldn't scream. He was closer now, the brim of his hat casting an ominous shadow over his face. I could feel the weight of his gaze penetrating my very soul, a silent judgment that left me trembling. The whispers returned, swirling around the room, twisting the air into a symphony of horror. I was trapped in my own nightmare, unable to escape the reality of his presence. "Why do you keep coming back?" I choked out, my voice barely a whisper. The Hat Man tilted his head, and for a brief moment I thought I saw a smile. A cruel, knowing smile. In that instant I understood. He was not just a nightmare. He was my reality, and I was his plaything. The whispers surged, drowning out my thoughts, spiraling into chaos. As I felt my sanity slip away, the darkness enveloped me once more, a suffocating embrace that left me with one final haunting realization. I would never escape him. And just like that, the darkness consumed me, leaving nothing but the echo of his laughter in the suffocating void.